Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing tons of videos, tons of types of videos. I'm going to react to a lot of things. Um, uh, Today I'm going to react to a football mock draft. I'm going to be reacting to baseball things, maybe prospect rankings, maybe player rankings. I'm going to react to tons of things. That's going to be my channel. But today I'm going to be reacting to Mel Kiper's 2.0 mock draft. You know, I like Mel Kiper a lot of the times. His first mock draft was a little questionable with the Devontae Smith being drafted number 2 by the Jets. I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, we'll see what happens here. I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I can see what's happening on my screen right now, so I can see Trevor Lawrence being drafted by the Jaguars. But all right, let's get right into it. Number 1, Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence. Well, Trevor Lawrence going number 1. I mean, not much to talk about here. He's the best quarterback in this class. He has the most talent right now. He probably is going to have the most talent going forward. Maybe some people think Zach Wilson. Some people think Trey Lance. But I think Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be the best quarterback out of everyone. He definitely is right now. There's no debate about that. If the Jaguars do not select him, they're the worst franchise in the league. If they do select him, they're the second worst franchise in the league. You could probably guess who the worst franchise in the league is. Leave it down below in the comment section. Okay. All right, Atlanta moves up to number 2, and they select Zach Wilson. So they traded this with the Jets. This is, I don't think this is going to happen. The Jets, I do not think will stick with Sam Darnold. My reasoning for that is I just think he needs be on a new team. He needs a new coach. He needs new weapons. He needs a better O-line. I just think him starting over would benefit his career and the Jets. I don't think Sam Darnold can be good on the Jets anymore. I do think he can be good in the league, but I just don't think he could be good on the Jets anymore. I just think he needs a new start. But let's talk about Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has great arm talent. He can run. He can do tons of things. He's an incredible player. I love this dude, Zach Wilson. He's just amazing. I love him. Great player. Incredible. I think he's going to be a great player in the league, and I think he fits with the Atlanta Falcons. He's, having Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, it would be lethal. It would be incredible. I think sitting behind Matt Ryan for a year would also benefit him. Matt Ryan can teach him a lot of stuff. They'll probably cut Matt Ryan in a year because the cap hit would be too much to cut him this year, but cutting him next year would be significantly lower. So Zach Wilson, that would be incredible for the Falcons. Number 3, Devontae Smith. Makes sense. I would have loved to see Jamar Chase here. I think Jamar Chase is a better player than Devontae Smith, even though Devontae Smith was amazing in college. I don't have a problem with them taking Devontae Smith because Tua does know Devontae Smith. But the thing is, Devontae Smith, he said he liked Mac Jones better, which, I mean, it's a small controversy, but it's not, that big of a deal. I don't think he hates Tua or anything. But I would have loved to see Jamar Chase there. Oh, no, this is just horrible. Jets take Kyle Pitts. That is not a good pick. That is a terrible pick. I don't think Sam Darnold is the future, and so taking Kyle Pitts is just so bad. It's just terrible. I think the Jets in real life are just going to stick at number 2. They're going to draft Zach Wilson. They're going to build around him, and they're going to get a good team. But taking Kyle Pitts, number 4, I just don't. I love Kyle Pitts as a talent. He probably could be a top 4 talent in the draft. But that's the least of the Jets' worries. They have a terrible defense. They have a terrible receiving core. Tight end isn't a valuable position. But Pitts can probably line up wide and in the slot. He's very versatile. But I still don't love this pick. I think a quarterback, they're more well-suited to pick a quarterback than Kyle Pitts. Number 5, Penei Sewell. this is a perfect pick for the Bengals. They need an offensive tackle. Their offensive line literally hurt Joe Burrow. It was their fault. It's as simple as that. He tore his ACL because of their garbage O-line. So Penei Sewell, he's a very good talent. He's huge. He's gigantic. He's athletic. He would be great for Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase at number 6. I mean, I love Jamar Chase. He's a great talent. I think he would be great with the Philadelphia Eagles. I do not know. I think there's still an outside chance of them choosing a quarterback, even though Jalen Hurts played pretty decently last year. He probably looks like he has potential. But I do think that there still is an outside chance of them taking a QB if Wilson is still available, maybe even Fields. I don't know, but I don't hate this pick. I like it. They need a receiver. They need a lot of positions, but they do need a receiver badly. So I like this pick from number 7. San Francisco trades up with Detroit. Okay, they take QB Justin Fields. They do need a quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo just isn't their future. I mean, he's an okay player. He's a good game manager. He can hand the ball off, but he's not. They need a franchise QB. I think Justin Fields is that, especially with the weapons he has over there: Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Raheem Mostert out of the backfield. He would just be incredible there. I love this pick. They have a great defense already. If they do pick Justin Fields and he comes into the season, maybe mid-season, maybe even at the beginning of the season, this team is a Super Bowl contender just like they were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Love this pick. Carolina Panthers, Mac Jones. With Trey Lance still available, this is I just hate this. I mean, Mac Jones is good player, but he's just not, he's not the toolsy guy. He's not the toolsy guy that Trey Lance is. Trey Lance has a gun of an arm. He's super fast, super athletic. Trey Lance, the only thing that's knocking him is the competition he's played. But I think under NFL coaching, he could hone his talents and become a great player in the NFL, especially with the receivers that they have in Carolina, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. Especially with Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. He always has a safety valve to help him out and a great running game. I just think that drafting Trey Lance is a better idea. Mac Jones could be pretty good for them, but Mac Jones' ceiling is just so much lower than Trey Lance's. Pats trade up to take Trey Lance. I could see this happening. I really could. I could see the Pats taking Trey Lance, trading up too. I do think that he would be great with New England. Bill Belichick could coach him up. If they get some receivers, they get an offense, this team could honestly be very good very soon. I love this pick from the New England Patriots. Cowboys, number 10. Patrick Surtain, he's a good fit there, good corner. Not much to say here. It's not that fun of a pick, But Patrick Surtain is a good fit in Dallas. They need corners. They need a defense in general. Their offense is already very good. I mean, you could see them taking Rashawn Slater because they do need O-line, but I just think that their defense as a unit, as a whole, is just way worse than their offense. So I do think taking a defensive player is the route that they're going to go. So I do like the Patrick Surtain pick. Giants. I'm a Giants fan, and I do love Jalen Waddle. I do love me some Waddle, especially if he's not injured. Having Jalen Waddle, Daniel Jones having Jalen Waddle would be incredible for him. I don't think it was his fault last year. I do think the receivers were so bad. They could not get open. They could not get separated. Their separation was one of the worst in the league. Our Golden Tate was one of the worst signings I've ever seen. He's an old, small, fast receiver, and he's getting older. Like, what are you on a rebuilding team? Why would you sign him? Terrible. I like Shepard and Slayton. Ingram pisses me off. He's so annoying. This dude cannot catch the ball. We would have been in the playoffs this year if he caught the ball. He's caused so many interceptions for Daniel Jones. But I do think he still has the talent to be very good. I just do. I think Jalen Waddle being added to this team could really provide a spark in the offense, which needs a spark badly. Detroit Lions, Micah Parsons. They need a defense. It's as simple as that. They need a defense. Picking the best defensive player available is probably good, probably smart. So I like this pick. Chargers, Rashawn Slater. I love this pick too. They need to protect Justin Herbert, their franchise QB. That's very important. Not much to say here. Great player, great fit. I love Justin Herbert. I love his future, and just helping him out is very important for a team to do. Minnesota Vikings, Elijah Vera Tucker. They do need inside offensive line. They do need that. They need edge too, but they do need interior offensive line. I do think that their offense as a whole is better than their defense, so maybe taking defense would be good, but their interior offensive line is so bad that picking Elijah Vera Tucker is a very smart pick. Denver Broncos, Caleb Farley. I do like this pick. They do need corners, but I wouldn't rule out them taking Mac Jones. They need a QB. I know all you Drew Lock lovers, I don't know why you love him, but I don't see it in him. I don't think they should give him another year, but corner is a very big need for them too, so if they were to give him another year, corner would be the way to go. Caleb Farley. 16, J.C. Horn, cornerback, South Carolina. I like this pick. He's a handsy corner, physical corner. He'd be good for them. I like that. They need a corner. It's a pretty obvious pick. Their defense is just bad in general. I mean, I would maybe have liked to see them pick an edge. Chandler Jones is old, and Hassan Reddick is probably gone in free agency, so an edge would have been good too. But I do like this pick. 17, Trayvon Merrick. Don't love this pick at all. Don't love it. I mean, safety isn't that big. Safety is a big position, but it's nowhere near as valuable as edge, and their edge situation is garbage. Max Crosby is the only good edge on this team. They need another edge. Kwity Paye is a perfect fit for them. I do not know why they wouldn't take him. Or another edge. They could take Rousseau, too. Rousseau would be good for them. They could coach both of those guys up, or whichever one they take, obviously. They could coach them up, make them be one of the premier defensive linemen in the league. So I don't understand this pick. Miami Dolphins, number 18, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I like this pick. Yeah, I mean, they need linebackers. Their defense was great last year. I would have maybe liked to see them pick an offensive lineman to protect Tua, to build that offense, because really offense was their main struggling point last year. But defense, I mean, always bulking up a good defense is always good. They do need linebacker. He's a very athletic guy. Yeah, I think he would be good for them. 19, Christian Darrisaw. Not a fun pick, not an exciting pick, but he'd be good for them. Their defense is great already. They do need playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. They need a QB. Sorry, Alex Smith, but, I mean, you're a great player. You're a great dude, but they need a QB. Heineke, you're not the future of the team. Sorry to you too. But I do like this pick because they do need to help the offensive side of the ball, just not in the way I would have liked to see them. I would have liked to see maybe a Bateman, maybe a Kadarius Toney here, maybe even a Mac Jones here. Oh wait, no, Mac Jones was already taken. My bad. See, Mel Kiper already doing wrong things. I do not think he's going to be a top 8 pick. That doesn't make sense at all. Okay, on to the next. Kadarius Toney. I love Kadarius Toney. Been high on him ever since I've been starting watching him this year on Florida. He's an incredible player. Great runner. If you saw him at the Senior Bowl, he was insane. His route running, could be the best of anyone in this draft. Kadarius Toney, underrated speed. His route running's insane. Run after catch is insane. The only bad thing about him is his height. Literally, that's the only bad thing about him. I love this dude. Chicago needs a receiver because Allen Robinson is probably going to leave. They probably won't franchise tag him. This whole offense on the Chicago Bears is garbage, so just picking an offensive player is probably their biggest thing, so I like this pick. 21, Indianapolis Colts, Gregory Rousseau. Don't love the pick. I would have liked to see them pick someone on the offensive side of the ball. Gregory Rousseau is more of a project player, and I think the Indianapolis Colts are in win-now mode, so I don't love the pick. I also think, Anthony Costanzo retired, so I think picking an offensive tackle would be important too. I also think maybe Tevin Jenkins, maybe Liam Eichenberg. Probably Eichenberg is probably a little bit of a reach here. Probably Jenkins is too, but that's just their need. They probably do need edge, but I just don't think their offense, I don't think their defense needs, I think picking someone on the offensive side for them is more important than picking someone on the defensive side. Because even without that great edge last year, they were still so good on defense. Jalen Phillips, Tennessee Titans. I love Jalen Phillips. I do think he probably could be the best edge in this draft, but his problem is his concussion issues, and that could be a scary thing for teams. I do think he would be good on Tennessee. Tennessee is a 3-4, so I don't know. I don't think Phillips is an outside linebacker, but if he just blitzes every play, it really doesn't matter. So yeah, Jalen Phillips as Tennessee Titans, like the pick. New York Jets, Kwity Paye. I love this pick. Jets are still in rebuild mode, so picking more of a project player like Kwity Paye probably will pay off. I like Kwity Paye. He's so athletic. He's a monster, but he is still raw. So I think Robert Saleh could really coach him up well because he's a defensive guru. So I think that would be a great pick for the New York Jets. Pittsburgh Steelers, Landon Dickerson. Don't like the pick at all, really. They need offense. They need offensive playmakers. There's no way you're picking Trask here. That would be way too high for Trask. Trask is not a first-round pick. I do think edge is a need because Bud Dupree is probably going to leave in free agency. I do think offensive line is a need. Offensive line is a need. But Landon Dickerson, he's going to be there in the second round. So I don't think picking him here is a great pick. Also, they need probably they do need a wide receiver if Juju leaves. I do think so. So maybe a Bateman here would be good. Maybe a Terrace Marshall. But Bateman is definitely the best player available right now. I'd pick Bateman. Jacksonville Jaguars, Christian Barmore. Love this pick. Great defensive tackle at Alabama. Great run stopper. That's exactly what they need. Their run defense was terrible. Not much to talk about here. Love this pick. Cleveland Browns, Zaven Collins. Like this pick as well. They need linebackers. He could be a sub-linebacker here for the Browns. They need linebackers. Building their defense is important. They have a good offense. I think building their defense is probably their main focus in this offseason. So picking Zaven Collins, good pick. Baltimore Ravens, Terrace Marshall. With Bateman available, that's just, I can't. He's a good player and he's a good fit, but Bateman is kind of just a better version of Terrace Marshall Jr. Bateman has been dominant in his college career. Marshall has been good, but Bateman has been completely dominant. I think he would be insane with Lamar Jackson. They need another receiver other than Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown, all he does is run straight. He does it well, but that's all he does. 28, Jason Owe. I don't love Jason Owe because he didn't get a sack last year. So don't love that. But he is insanely athletic. So if the Saints can coach him up, and he could be literally one of the best defensive ends in the league. He could be. But coaching him up might be tough because he's so raw. He is very athletic, but he's so raw, and he got 0 sacks last year. So I don't love the pick on a win-now team like the New Orleans Saints. I think they'd probably be better maybe drafting a better, more, less raw edge, maybe, Joseph Osai or maybe Azeez Ojulari, but this is okay. Their secondary maybe needs some help. Maybe a safety. I'm not sure. Merrick is off the board, though, so. Don't hate this pick. Don't love it either. 29, Green Bay Packers, Joe Tryon. I haven't seen Joe Tryon very much. That I just haven't, but he's been moving up boards on a lot of people's mock drafts, and the NFL, I think, has been liking him. So, I haven't seen him much. I think he'd be good probably for them, for the Green Bay Packers. They do have Zadarius Smith, so that's pretty good. But I think their main concern is their cornerback situation. Other than Jair Alexander, Kevin King is their second corner. He's so bad, as you saw against Tampa Bay. They went after him. They destroyed him. He was so bad in that game. I think that is their primary concern. Maybe an Eric Stokes would be good here. Maybe a Greg Newsome. Don't love this pick. I also think their run defense was terrible last year too, so maybe a D tackle. Also maybe a linebacker. Joe Tryon is an outside linebacker, but maybe more of a, run stuffing linebacker and not a blitzing linebacker, but okay. Not a horrible pick. I don't love the pick, though. Offensive tackle, Tevin Jenkins for the Buffalo Bills. I like the pick. Just need to protect your franchise QB. Makes sense. Not much to talk about here. Kansas City, Walker Little. I like Liam Eichenberg better than Walker Little, but, you do have to protect Patrick Mahomes. He's been running. You saw him run around in the Super Bowl like crazy. That was just hard to watch. He would get literally pounded every play. So that was tough. I do think Walker Little could probably move into offensive guard because of his huge frame. But, so that would be good because they do need interior O-linemen more than tackles because they do have Eric Schwartz. But, yeah, so I like the pick. Still think that Liam Eichenberg is better, though. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Azeez Ojulari, the champions of the world. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like the pick, especially if Shaq Barrett leaves. It would make sense to draft him. He's a good player. I love Azeez Ojulari. He's good in their system. He's pretty much... It's good to get younger at the edge position. Even if Shaq Barrett comes back, they still have JPP. He's getting older. He's a great player, but he's getting older. So I do like this pick. Overall, don't love the mock draft, to be honest, with Mel Kiper. He didn't have Bateman getting drafted in the first round. I think that's blasphemous. Bateman is better than Terrace Marshall. He should have got picked over him. There's a ton of teams that need a receiver. Even Green Bay, they need a receiver. They need to get someone. They need to get a receiver for Aaron Rodgers. It's getting bad. It's getting ridiculous. It's a running joke that they never draft a receiver, but it's literally getting ridiculous. It's hard to watch. He needs another receiver. Other than that, I'm going to end it here. I'm gonna thank you for watching this, and if you enjoyed it. Don't want to be that guy asking for likes and crap. So don't like it if you don't want to. I will ask for subscribers, though, because I'm a new channel. I'm going to have to do that. This is my first video, so I'm going to do that. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, which you probably aren't because it's my first video ever, so do that. And other than that, I will see you in my next video. Peace.